Good morning, beautiful souls. Let me tell you something honest, and real success doesn't come to those who wait around hoping something magical will happen. It comes to those who take charge of their lives, starting with how they rise each morning. I didn't become who I am: an actress, a producer, an entrepreneur, a global citizen by hitting snooze and waiting for the world to give me a break. No, I got up, I showed up, and I made sure my mornings set the tone for everything that followed. Laziness is not just lying in bed all day. It's a mindset, a habit of delayed doubt and self-neglect. And the truth is, it's easy to be lazy. It's seductive. It tells you you can do it later. You're too tired. You deserve to rest. But here's the reality. Laziness steals your dreams silently. If you want to destroy laziness, you need to defeat it at the root in the very first hour of your day. I want to share with you the rituals that have transformed my life, not just in career, but in energy, clarity, confidence, and peace of mind. First, wake up with purpose. Don't let the world dictate your pace. Before you check your phone, check in with yourself, breathe, be grateful. Tell yourself out loud today, I choose excellence. The words you speak to yourself in the morning echo throughout your day. Second, move. You don't need a fancy gym. You don't need a trainer yelling at you. Your body was made to move, dance, stretch, walk, do yoga, whatever gets your blood flowing. Movement isn't just about fitness. It's about firing up your spirit. When you move your body, you shift your energy, and lazy thoughts lose their grip. Third, feed your mind. I don't mean social media. I mean wisdom. Read something powerful. Journal your thoughts. Meditate. Silence isn't emptiness, it's clarity, and when you learn to sit in silence each morning, your inner voice becomes stronger than all the outer noise. Fourth, plan your attack. Write down your goals for the day. Keep it simple, 3 clear intentions. This keeps you focused and accountable. Success doesn't happen by accident. It's engineered by people who prepare. And finally, dress up. Yes, even if no one's watching. Dress like you respect yourself, because when you look ready, you feel ready. When you feel ready, the world senses it, and suddenly doors open. These rituals are not about perfection. They're about commitment. And commitment beats laziness every single time. So here's the deal. You have one life, one chance, one morning at a time to shape your destiny. Don't waste it hitting snooze. Don't wait for motivation. Create it, be your own spark. Wake up, rise strong, destroy laziness, and watch your life begin to change, not someday but today. How you start your day shapes everything that follows. Waking up with purpose is about deciding from the very first moment that you're in control of your life. Too many of us open our eyes and immediately hand over our power to distractions, emails, social media, messages without even taking a breath. That habit may seem small, but it carries a heavy cost. It puts you in a reactive state where the world dictates your energy, your mood, and your direction. But when you wake up with intention, you flip the script. You become the author of your day, not just a reader of whatever chaos unfolds. Purposeful mornings begin with mindfulness. Before your feet even touch the ground, take a moment to center yourself. Close your eyes again and breathe deeply. Let gratitude guide your first thoughts. Maybe it's gratitude for a second chance, for health, for opportunity. That simple act shifts your vibration. It reminds you that you're alive and capable. Speaking out loud to yourself might seem strange at first, but there's a real power in it. Say today, I choose excellence, or I am worthy of every good thing coming my way. Those words do more than fill the silence. They shape your mindset. They carve a new pattern in your thinking, one that's aligned with action and ambition. Having purpose in the morning doesn't require a grand plan. It's not about knowing every step of the day. It's about starting with clarity. Purpose gives you direction, even if the day gets messy. It tells you why you're doing what you're doing. Whether you're a student, an entrepreneur, a mother, or someone chasing a dream, having a reason to rise sets a standard. And when you keep rising with that same energy day after day, you start building momentum. Momentum that destroys laziness and fuels action. There's something magnetic about people who know why they wake up. You can see it in their eyes, their posture, their presence. They're not scrambling to find motivation. They are motivation. That's the kind of person you become when you stop waking up by default and start waking up by design. You stop waiting for your life to change and start creating the change yourself. And the best part? It begins with a single choice to wake up on purpose, with purpose for purpose. Every morning offers you that chance. Don't let it slip by. Make it count. Your body was never meant to be still for too long. It's designed for motion, for energy, for vitality. One of the most effective ways to destroy laziness is to move your body early in the morning. Physical movement isn't just about burning calories or fitting into a certain dress size. It's about firing up your inner drive, shaking off mental fog, and creating the momentum your day needs. When you wake up and begin your day with movement, no matter how small, you send a message to your brain that it's time to rise, to take charge, and to step into your power. There's something magical that happens when your blood starts flowing. Suddenly, the excuses lose their grip, the heaviness lifts, your breathing deepens, your heart beats with purpose, and your thoughts begin to clear. It could be 5 minutes of stretching, 10 minutes of dancing, or a brisk walk while the world is still quiet, whatever it is. The key is to move. You're not doing it to impress anyone. You're doing it to honor your energy and train your discipline. Movement sparks motivation. Motivation doesn't come first, action does. People often wait until they feel ready to begin their day, but that readiness is often hiding behind laziness. The cure: get up and move before your mind has a chance to convince you otherwise. Once your body is engaged, your mindset begins to align. You feel stronger, more alert, and more capable of handling what's ahead. Physical movement transforms your state. It takes you from sluggish to focused, from tired to alive. And this transformation sets the tone for how you'll handle every challenge that comes your way. You don't need a fancy gym or a personal trainer. You don't even need a strict routine. All you need is the willingness to say, I'm not staying stuck. Start small. Make it joyful. Blast your favorite song and dance like no one's watching. Roll out your mat and breathe through some yoga. Step outside and let the sunlight kiss your skin as you take that first empowering walk. What matters is that you start. Consistency will come, strength will come, and soon laziness won't stand a chance. Because every time you move your body in the morning, you reclaim control. You reset your energy. You remind yourself that you are not made to settle, you are made to rise. The way you feed your mind each morning is just as important as how you feed your body. What you allow into your mental space at the start of your day has the power to shape your thoughts, your choices, and your confidence. If the first thing you consume is negativity, noise, or comparison from social media, don't be surprised if you feel distracted, drained, or discouraged. But when you choose to nourish your mind with wisdom, clarity, and peace, you unlock a strength that carries you through the entire day with purpose and direction. Your mind is like fertile soil. Whatever you plant in it during those first quiet moments of the morning will grow throughout the day. That's why it's so important to start with something uplifting. Read a powerful book, listen to an inspiring podcast, write down what you're grateful for, or reflect in a journal. Take a few minutes to just breathe and be still. These small actions may seem insignificant, but they're incredibly powerful. They help you anchor yourself before the world starts pulling you in different directions. When you begin your day with positive input, your mind becomes clear, focused, and resilient. Silence can be intimidating, especially in a world that's always shouting for your attention. But silence is where the most valuable answers often lie. Sitting in quiet for a few minutes every morning trains you to hear your own voice, not the voice of the crowd, not the noise of fear, but the calm strength within you. In that stillness, you reconnect with who you are and what you truly want. You stop reacting to life and start responding with intention. That clarity helps you cut through laziness, hesitation, and self-doubt. What you think about, you become, and your thoughts are shaped by what you consistently expose yourself to. Feeding your mind doesn't require hours of effort. Even 10 intentional minutes can create a shift. The key is to make it a ritual, a sacred, non-negotiable part of your morning. This is your time to realign with your vision, reset your energy, and rise into the person you are meant to be. When you begin your day by feeding your mind with strength, truth, and inspiration, you become mentally unstoppable. You stop waiting for outside approval because you've already filled yourself from within. And that inner strength is what will help you destroy laziness, overcome obstacles, and keep moving forward no matter what the day throws your way. Clarity is power. One of the most effective ways to fight laziness and step into a productive, purpose-driven day is by setting clear goals and intentions each morning. Without direction, even the most motivated person can feel lost. You may have all the energy in the world, but if you don't know where to channel it, you'll waste it on distractions or low-value tasks that don't move your life forward. That's why taking a few minutes to plan your day with purpose can completely transform your mindset and momentum. Every morning offers a fresh opportunity to define what matters most. This isn't about writing a long, overwhelming to-do list filled with pressure. It's about choosing 2 or 3 key priorities that truly align with your values and goals. What's one thing that, if you completed it today, would bring you closer to who you want to be? What's one task that would bring peace, progress, or purpose into your life? When you define that clearly, you remove the space that laziness often sneaks into. There's something deeply empowering about looking at a new day and declaring, "This is what I'm going to accomplish." It gives you focus, it gives you discipline, and it gives you a sense of ownership over your time. So often, laziness is not the result of a lack of drive, it's the result of a lack of clarity. When you don't know what you're aiming for, it becomes easier to delay, procrastinate, or get caught up in unimportant things. But when you begin the day with a clear vision, you become intentional, you become sharp, you start leading your time instead of letting time lead you. Writing down your goals also serves as a mental contract with yourself. It turns a wish into a commitment, and that commitment, even if it's just scribbled in a notebook, becomes a source of accountability. You'll notice how differently you carry yourself throughout the day when your direction is set from the start. Every small task starts to feel like a step towards something meaningful, and that feeling alone is powerful enough to silence the lazy voice in your head. Setting intentions each morning helps you stay grounded. It reminds you why you're pushing forward even when things feel slow or difficult. It's not about being perfect, it's about being clear, because when you're clear, you take action, and consistent, intentional action is how laziness is destroyed one focused day at a time. The way you present yourself in the morning sends a message not just to the world, but to your own subconscious. Dressing with confidence even when no one is watching is a powerful act of self-respect. It's not about impressing others or following trends, it's about setting a standard for how you want to feel and who you want to be. When you take the time to look after your appearance, you align your external self with your internal commitment. You show yourself that you are ready for the day, that you are serious about your purpose, and that you value who you are. Too often, people underestimate the connection between appearance and energy. It might seem like a small thing, but when you walk past a mirror and see someone who looks polished, put together, and confident, something shifts inside. You walk taller. You speak with more clarity. You handle situations with greater strength. That's not vanity, that's presence. And presence is one of the strongest weapons against laziness and self-doubt. Laziness creeps in when we let our standards slip, when we stop caring about the small things, assuming they don't matter. But the small things are the foundation of discipline. Getting out of bed and choosing to dress intentionally tells your mind that today is worth showing up for. It breaks the pattern of dragging through the morning in pajamas or throwing on whatever's closest, which often leads to a sluggish, unfocused attitude. Instead, you start the day feeling ready, composed, and in control. You don't need expensive clothes or perfect makeup. Confidence isn't bought, it's built. It's built through the habit of showing up for yourself daily, especially when it's easier not to. When you dress like someone with goals, like someone who's going somewhere, your mind follows that signal. You begin to behave in a way that aligns with your appearance, and gradually you stop tolerating laziness in your thoughts, your actions, and your routine. This ritual of dressing with intention also reminds you that you are worthy of good things. You are worthy of opportunities, respect, and recognition, and the first person who needs to believe that is you. When you look in the mirror and feel proud of how you're showing up, that pride becomes fuel. It pushes you forward on the days you feel stuck and lifts you up when your motivation fades. Dressing confidently is more than just clothes. It's a declaration, a statement that says, I am here, I am ready, and I'm not waiting for life to happen, I'm stepping into it. And when you do that every morning, laziness doesn't stand a chance. When it comes to building a life of discipline and destroying laziness, the most important truth you can embrace is that consistency will always outperform perfection. So many people wait for the perfect time, the perfect mood, or the perfect circumstances before they take action. They hold themselves back because things aren't ideal, or because they slipped up once and feel discouraged. But success isn't about flawless execution. It's about showing up again and again, even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it, even when no one is cheering you on. Consistency is what transforms simple actions into powerful rituals. It's not about how much you do in one day. It's about what you do every day. The reason laziness gains ground in your life is because inconsistency creates space for it to creep in. When your habits are unstable, so is your motivation. But when you commit to doing the work day after day, no matter how imperfectly, you build a rhythm. And rhythm is what keeps you moving forward, even when you're tired, busy, or uninspired. What's beautiful about consistency is that it doesn't require huge leaps. It thrives in small steps: 5 minutes of journaling every morning, 10 minutes of movement, a few deep breaths, choosing water over soda, waking up with purpose instead of reaching for your phone. These things might not seem like much in the moment, but they add up. They shape your identity. They remind you of your power and discipline. And over time, they become part of who you are. The most successful people in the world aren't necessarily the most talented or the most motivated. They are simply the ones who stayed consistent. They kept going. They didn't let laziness win just because they had a bad day. They forgave themselves quickly and got back on track. That's the mindset that creates real change. Progress over perfection, effort over excuses, resilience over regret. You don't need to be perfect to achieve your goals. You just need to be committed. Commitment means deciding that even on your worst days, you'll still show up for yourself. It means recognizing that discipline is a choice, not a feeling. And when you choose it enough times, it becomes automatic. By practicing consistency, you build a life that laziness simply can't survive in. Because when your habits are stronger than your excuses, when your commitment outweighs your comfort, you become unstoppable. Not perfect, just powerful, grounded, and fully in control of your life. And that is where true transformation begins. Thanks.